Hey everybody, this is Tim Maria. It's my pleasure to introduce everybody to Jeff Makowka, who's with the Thought Leadership Group at AARP, calling him from DC. Hi, Jeff.
Hi, how you doing, Tim?
Good. So, caught you up at Demo. I met you and Jody there, doing a lot of stuff in innovation, and now you're sponsoring basically Digital Health Live and the Social Lounge that we're going to be doing at the event. So we're super excited and have had some just amazing conversations as a lead up to this interview. Tell us about your background in AARP and kind of your motives for sponsoring the Digital Health Live channel and the whole ecosystem that will be at the event in the digital health space.
Sure. I'm part of a small group within AARP focused on thought leadership, and we define that as trying to stimulate innovation either by people that are over 50 or people of any age that to meet the needs and wants of people over 50. So we've been reaching out to the technology community, entrepreneurs and venture capitalists for the last 2 years now to try to make the case that this is a viable market with a unique set of needs and wants that can be addressed. There's 100 million people over 50 in the U.S. right now. It's growing by 10,000
Yeah, day.
a day. Yeah, it's going
Wow.
up very quickly. And these are people that are living life, they're living healthfully, they're concerned about their elders and their older ones, and there's a lot that technology can do to help improve the quality of life for folks. So our mission at ARP is to improve the quality of life for all as we age. So we think that technology, especially in the digital health area, can help us achieve that mission.
So, what are the types of people are you trying to reach, and what are the types of technologies that you're trying to expose?
We really break it up into maybe two or three categories. We want to inspire entrepreneurs, either ones that are older and are maybe going through serial entrepreneurs or creating new businesses or are going through a life experience that's inspired them to create a business, to think about and help them do a better job in being successful when it comes to serving the needs and wants over 50. We're looking at the investment community, whether it be private equity or venture capitalists, because they're the ones that fuel and fund the innovation that then gets to market and helps benefit consumers. And then finally, we're just trying to expose people that maybe have never considered the 50 plus market before
Yeah.
to either modify and change the way they create products so that they're more inclusive of people of all age ranges, or perhaps take something that they had never considered and pivot and make it into a product that can serve people over 50.
Interesting. And I've, reading kind of TechCrunch and TechMeme and these different pubs, seems like a lot of the startups are not so focused on this huge growth market that
Sure.
really affects everybody. And digital health affects everybody. We met some interesting entrepreneurs yesterday with Sunny Vu creating new devices. I guess, what are some of the demographic changes and how big of an opportunity is this?
So, there's over 100 million people, as I mentioned, that are over 50. I think what's interesting, too, is the upper age ranges tend to consume the most of the healthcare services and budgets that are available.
Jeff, I've seen you at a number of different venture events, and very curious on how big of the market is this 50 plus space, and why is it unique?
Sure. So as I mentioned earlier, there's over 100 million people that are 50 plus in the U.S. right now. They spend annually somewhere around $3.5 billion. And we get a lot of pushback. Okay, they're already spending that money. But I'll guarantee you that if you're an entrepreneur or a large established company and you make a product or service that serves a need or helps a person live their life better over 50 or at any age, I would say, you're going to command that market share. So we're out trying to encourage people to consider this market as a place to go with needs that are being unmet, white space. And it's probably the only growth market that's available right now. And it's been
Interesting.
virtually underserved for the last 25 years.
So, how do people connect with you, and what do you actually what does ARP provide as access to the space or knowledge? What's the goal here?
Sure. So we produce some white papers and some other research. A lot of it is very relevant to the digital health area. Our hope in doing that is to give entrepreneurs and even the investors that support them a leg up on how to decide what to make the best products, what the best design principles are.
Yeah.
We maintain a web page, Innovation 50 PLUS, Innovation 50 Plus at ARP.org. You can get to us that way. You can reach out to me on Twitter, on Tumblr, or just bump into me at the show.
So you're going to be down at the show. We're going to be doing a number of interviews. As we lead up to 2013, what excites you? What's on your guys' radar?
I'm really excited about the new design principles that are being put
Yeah,
forth
yeah, yeah,
from
yeah.
from sort of the mobile first and how that applies to applications and even devices. So with things like starting with the iPhone and the iPad and other touch interfaces, I think that we're getting to finally where there's a simplicity to the devices and an elegance that can kind of transcend age or even some physical disabilities. And so I think once those platforms in terms of hardware and design are out there, I think there's going to be some interesting folks coming up with new ways to keep people healthy and well and engaged in life.
And it's like a quality of life, and with the new devices, it's actually a new way to connect. Like my stepmom's out in a very remote part of Hawaii, and she really wants the new iPad bad. We got her the one. And so it's really interesting to watch the consumption patterns. And then Sunny Vu is going into design, and really he was saying even that there's still just a huge opportunity because this consumerization of, I guess, technology is now happening in the healthcare space.
Absolutely. And I think as more and more people understand the benefits of taking charge of their wellness and of their health, and the tools and devices are there for us to quantify and keep track of how we're doing, people are going to grab onto that. I think in the next year or two, we're going to see an explosion of people that aren't kind of the hardcore athletes that are typical quantified self people.
Yeah.
See the average person getting into this, getting excited about it. And I see incentives, I think, coming from the payers and even perhaps the medical community to keep people engaged and incented to be healthy.
Yeah, so it's interesting is it's a mind shift in terms of we now have sensory data and stuff coming out of elegant devices that are kind of seamless, and how does that adjust behavior, right? Sure. So people live healthier. I think it's pretty cool how AARP is doing this. I mean, you guys are putting money into doing outreach to stimulate new products and technology for. So if people want to connect up, like what can you provide entrepreneurs in terms of extra exposure, or what's the goal there?
So we're still building out that element of the program. To be honest with you, we've been ahead of our schedule in terms of the ability to connect folks and outreach. But we are working in 2013. It's going to be a big year for us to build better programs. You'll hear about some relationships that we'll be developing that we'll be announcing in the early part of the year, where entrepreneurs can get access to our expertise about the space if they're looking to serve it. And then also there will be a time when AARP will be coming up with ways where some of these smaller, more innovative companies can get access to our members to learn more and also sell their goods and services.
So as we look at 2013 coming up here just around the corner, what's on your what excites you about 2013? What do you think is going to be a big shift coming up here?
I think, as the sophistication and yet the usability of touch interfaces improves, the price is going to come down. I think we're going to still see a price war on some of these devices, and I think that things are filtering down. People are handing up older devices to their parents and their grandparents. I just see this will be the year where there's saturation and ubiquity of these devices, so we can really see some creativity on the sort of software and application end.
Yeah, interesting. It's just like really the first time where I think 60 to 70%, like the tablet growth has just been amazing. It's just amazing. And now we're actually having a whole new range of devices like the Leap Motion, which is kind of like a Kinect, which will be new interfaces. So I think it'll be an exciting time. All right. Well, if people want to connect with you at an AARP, what is the best way to do that besides coming to the event and meeting you in person?
I think we're very active on Twitter. We've got a handle at AARP Tech.
Yep.
TECH. That's a great way to get a hold of myself as well as our social team that supports us. I'm on Twitter at Makowka. And so that's a great way. Good old email works as well. And we'll be out and about.
Cool. Well, we'll see you at the big event. Look forward to a number of huge interviews we're going to do at the event and see some amazing technology. So thanks so much.
Thank you, Tim.